Growing up, I dreamed of being a YouTuber. And as you can see right now, I'm making videos as a YouTuber. But the problem is, it was a dream I delayed for 8 entire years. And it will always be the one thing I will regret the most in my entire life. Now, I'm sure everyone has their own little dreams that they once wanted to accomplish, and you know, maybe you did accomplish those dreams. Or if you're watching this video, maybe you gave up on those dreams a long time ago, and now you kind of regret it, the same way I do about not starting YouTube earlier than I did. Because if there's one thing that I envy the most, is people who have been doing this longer than I have. And especially when it was during a time where I could have definitely been doing that thing. Like, you know, by the time someone like IShowSpeed started his channel for the first time, I could have also done that. And who knows, maybe I could have been also on that same grind, or that same, you know, road to success. But now I'm stuck at, you know, maybe like day 3, when I could have been at, I don't know, day 600 by now. And I have to live through, you know, those next 500 days, when in reality I could have already been there. And I'm sure this may relate to you. Alright, maybe you just started going to the gym after saying that you wanted to go for, you know, 3 whole years. And it sucks, okay? It sucks being at the beginner phase, when you know that if you started all those years ago, like hell, you could have been really jacked. You could have had so much by now. But you wasted all of those years waiting. Okay. Now, I'm not here to blame you, okay? Like, cause we've all been through there, okay? We've all been through that. We've all had something that we considered doing, and all of a sudden, maybe a year or 2 later, we're like, well, I want to do this thing. But damn, I could have done this like 2 years ago. And that's completely normal. Alright, you're not a failure just because, you know, you gave up on a dream or just a want. Because you weren't really in the right drive for that. And now you are. And you know, I'm gonna say that this video is for people who, you know, they feel like they want to start something, but they don't want to for some reason. And not just for some reason, actually. For a lot of reasons, which that's a topic for another time, but you get my gist. And for the people who, you know, sort of relate to the topic of this video about, you know, wishing that they started earlier, alright, stay with me, because I'm gonna share you my exact experience, my exact thoughts, and, you know, what I learned and what you could learn from this. And by the way, I'm no all-knowing creature or all-seeing creature. I'm just a guy with experience. Alright? So, let's get started. So I actually made this channel about 8 years ago, to be precise. Or, I think it was like, yeah, like around 9 years ago. And I was making videos. Alright? I was making these really low-quality, you know, Minecraft and Roblox videos. But at least I was posting. At least I was, you know, getting the hang of it. Getting the type of experience where, you know, trying to keep people viewing or trying to make things interesting. I was getting that experience that I wish I got. I wish I got more of to this day. And those videos are gone now, but they're this sort of reminiscent of what could have been. Alright, what could have been my very first video out of like maybe 1,000 or somewhat, and I could have been maybe ultra super famous by now. I did it because I waited way too long, and it sucks. It really sucks. And then I started this new channel about 3 years ago, I think. Somewhat, yeah. About like 4 years ago. It was just about this other game, about this, you know, really niche anime simulator for Roblox. And I was seeing more views than I ever could get in my entire life, because I knew what people liked by this point. Because I'm a pretty aware kid. Alright? I'm pretty aware when it comes to knowing what people want or knowing what people want to see. And I used that talent once. To this point. Because after that channel, after it got like a couple subscribers, I quit. For another 3 years until we get here. And as I've said before, this is my biggest regret. I wasted those years. But does that mean that I'm a failure? Does that mean that I'm gonna give up, never start a YouTube channel, go work at McDonald's, or, you know, go make brain rot shorts because, you know, making long form videos is not something that I'm good at? No. I'm not gonna think that. Because there's always a time where you can start. Because here's a phrase that pretty much sums up this entire video. It's now or never. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until yesterday. Do it now. When you see, you know, when you get these thoughts about starting, just start. Just do it. Because at the end of the day, people who start now will always be ahead of people who start later. Because naturally, you're getting more experience. Okay? You're getting the experience that they're not getting by just sitting around all day. And think of it this way, right? Like, how often are you gonna win if you have a 10-second head start in a 100-meter dash? Hopes are that you win 100% of them. Because you started early. You started now. Instead of waiting for, you know, your queue. Your quote-unquote queue, I would say. Because there's no queue. Okay, there's no magical opportunity to start something. You just started now. And naturally need experience to be good at something. Okay? You need experience. You need to do that exact thing to be good at it. Alright? When you see a good boxer, do you think, wow, that guy must have watched a lot of YouTube videos about boxing from Tony Jeffries? Or wow, that guy does a lot of studying. Or he does a lot of, you know, at-home workouts. No. While those things are definitely good, while those things definitely helped, he got that good because he sparred a lot. And that's getting experience in the ring directly. To transfer into, you know, the arena ring. Naturally, being used to something will make you good at it. No matter what. It's just in your blood. And finally, there's no reason to not start if you want to do it. So just do it, okay? What are the consequences of starting now? What are the consequences of starting later? Chances are you can name more consequences to starting later than you can do now. And the reality is there are barely any consequences. Okay, you're not gonna explode in 5 minutes if you start working out on a Monday at 6:56 a.m. Okay, that's just not how it works. Okay, you're not. I think I've done enough yapping for now. So I think to conclude this is, please take my advice and just start now. Whatever it is you're doing, because I know you'll be great. Everyone around you knows you'll be great as long as you start now. Hope this video helped out in any sort of way. Hope you can kind of take away at least one lesson from this video. And, you know, as always, see you guys later. Have a good one wherever you are, whenever it is. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.